And I'm gonna exercise my point a bit more. Also, I know my hair is like uneven. I went on a walk. I was outside on a scratch in my head. Like, it's besides the point. Who cares, really? Lose your ego. Who cares? You know. That's what I think. But, bro, I don't like seeing people sad at all. Nobody does. Nobody likes to be sad. And a lot of times people don't even have a choice. People get things taken away from them. People lose their homes, lose family members, loved ones, everything. People lose everything. And it crumbles to nothing. So how can you be happy if that happens? I get that. And that's a paradigm we probably will never understand. And the only thing that you can do is acknowledge that sadness is a part of life. Granted, it's unfair and it is unacceptable in most cases. But passings like death, it's a part of life. Losing everything, it's and if it's not your fault, I'm so sorry. Like I reconcile. I It shouldn't be like that. There's a lot of homeless people that don't deserve the situation that they're in. And we can acknowledge that. So why isn't the government doing anything about that? Who knows? Who knows? There's a whole hidden agenda. So, and it doesn't feel good to blame. Jesus, that kind of annoyed me. My hair kind of, whatever. It sucks whenever you're sad and the government is just telling you get over it, right? We get that. So what can we do to fix it? Because clearly talking to the government doesn't work in anything. They're going to make all their own decisions for them. But maybe you can find happiness in people that you can relate with and cope with them, get closure to ultimately, because you don't want to just stay in a state of sadness. The ultimate goal is to find your closure and become happy again if you're sad, right? So what is it that's going to make you happy? If the only thing that's going to make you happy is bringing back what's already gone, try to talk to them if they're already gone. Try to. I'm getting a call. I'm so sorry if that was loud. I'm so very sorry if that was loud. But I'm not going to redo this, so it's just going to stay in there. I'm not going to edit it either because I don't know how to do that. But pray, even if, okay, if you don't believe in God, try to talk to the people that passed, not on a Ouija board, not on anything. Just close your eyes, go in your head, and talk to them. And your mind can judge if they're actually responding or if it's your head responding. And I say they actually respond. That's what I say. I think once we die, we don't just disappear. I really don't believe that. My great grandmother passed away, and I love her with all my heart. She was a great woman, really great woman. And whenever I feel sad about it, I talk to her, and I really believe that she responds. It makes me feel better. It's my closure. Even if it's not true, who's to say? We don't know, you know? But even if it's a coping mechanism, it made me happy, and it's what gets me out of that funk. Find your tool, find your tactic to get you out of the sadness funk. There's not much we can do whenever we lose everything or whenever we lose somebody. There's not much we can do. All we can do is work around that fact. Find happiness within the things that you do and within yourself. You should be proud of yourself. You should be proud of your own mind. If you lost everything, you should be proud that you haven't given up yet. And I don't know how life works. I'm not in that situation, so I don't know if I can't tell you that it's going to get better. I can't promise anything, but I can definitely tell you that you can try, and that's better than not doing anything. And you at least want to die trying, because then you lived for a reason. Granted, you got everything taken away, but you tried to get it all back. So you are a soldier. And that's all you can do, is be a net positive in this life. A lot of things are unfair and a lot of things suck. But if you have a motivation to change it, I think that's your best bet. That's your best chance. And there's no promises, because people die. People die to school shootings. People die while they're young, premature deaths, miscarriages. None of that's expected. Life is unexpected. Life has unexpected events that turn out to be catastrophic. And that's completely out of our control. And it makes us sad that it's out of our control, because we lose something that we love. I'm saying this as maybe it's a hand to reach out. If you feel this way, let me know. I can talk to you. I can reconcile. I can do whatever I can to really help you realize it's going to get better if you believe it's going to get better. Life is all perspective. I actually seen this movie that my friend put me onto. And in this movie, it says, life is shaped by your intentions. Our intentions are constantly shaping the life we know around us. Like, there is this video, this constant, like, GIF, this looped video of a Ferris wheel. And you can, if you think hard enough, or if you look hard enough, or if you try hard enough, you can make it spin any way you want. So if you can make it go back and forth, make it spin any way you want, whereas someone else can only make it spin left, you have different perceptions of life. So therefore, your life is changed by your intention of your perception, of how you're making that Ferris wheel spin in your brain. Life is the same way. If you see a bear maul a deer to death and eat it, some people might see that as beautiful. That the bear, it's survival of the fittest. This is the animal kingdom, and that's how they act. Or some people can see it as completely animalistic and scared and be glad that we're humans and not like that. It depends on how you see it. You define your own happiness, and granted, you can't say that we define our own sadness, because if you grew up with your mother and you're 14 years old and she gets killed, there's no justifying that. You can't just be like, oh, that's the beautiful part of life. Like, I wouldn't. Like, sure, you can do that, but that's ridiculous. Like, seriously, people don't deserve to die like that, especially if, well, who's to say? I don't think that's a thing. I really don't believe that's a thing. I certainly wasn't happy whenever I seen anybody die. I'm happy whenever someone dies peacefully instead of, and they're like old age. If you're 95 and you've lived a great life, you're happy, and you pass away in your sleep, then I'll be happy because you didn't suffer. So maybe that's the only way that I can see that working out, but it's not even the case a lot of times. A lot of people suffer, and it sucks. So use your intention to make your life more happy. Pretty much. Bro, if you are in a bad situation, manipulate life to the best of your ability in a positive way. So those are my thoughts adding on to this, the reality of sadness topic. It just sucks. It really sucks. And a lot of people that you listen to, a lot of people that you look up to will tell you that, because it's their job to exaggerate, right? It's their job to do this. They will tell you, okay, no one's here to hold your hand. You have to get over it. Do all this. You have to get over it. Like, in a sense, you should get over it, but it's hard. It's very hard. It's very hard to get over a lot of things. And you can't just, oh, snap, I'm done. Like, you can, but the reality for most people who are young, that's not the case. So you tell them, hey, just snap out of it, so that way they can use that as another tactic, which I get and I respect. It's just unrealistic for a lot of people. And if you do that, it actually, because I do that. And granted, our brains all work different, but I feel like as soon as I feel sad and I'm just like, there's no reason to being sad, just snap out of it. It's fine for me, but it's like, why did I even get sad in the first place? Like, why is that even there? Granted, I can't do anything about it, so I will move on. But I'm still going to be in this little space until then, until now, and then until the point that I move on. I'm still going to be thinking during that space. So just form your own happiness, and don't take everybody seriously, bro, who's trying to give you advice, because a lot of times they're just telling you what works for them, and they're not God, so they don't have a handbook of how it's actually supposed to work. Different tactics work for different type of people. This is why we have different factions. This is why we have different groups. This is why we have different people with different beliefs. You go with your crowd, if that makes sense, and you learn from your crowd. And if you want to be in a certain crowd and you look up to somebody who has beliefs that's challenging yours, doesn't mean that you should just program to what they have told you. You have to find out what works for you and build your life personalized, because you are your own person. So it's another 2 cents. So I gave y'all 4 cents. Yeah. If you need help, bro, reach out. Seriously, reach out. It's not pussy. It's not an embarrassing thing to do. If you need someone to walk through with you, reach out. And that, I'll help. So let me know. Just stay hungry, bro. Stay hungry, stay positive, and just stay safe. There's nothing. Rule number 1 is to not die. Rule number 1 is to not die. Stay alive as long as possible. And if that means you have to find something that you can just lay over this life and be happy about, do that, maybe. Because then you can learn how to actually really be happy. And if this is giving you a fake perception of happiness, whatever you're doing, stop doing that, And that, in turn, maybe make you feel happier. There's no set way to handle things. You have to do it all personalized. This is a really creepy angle. I'm not doing that no more because my hair is uneven. And I just, But yeah, no one can give you a set of rules that will work for you in full, because nobody knows how you handle your situations. They don't know your thought process. They don't know anything about your life. They're just speaking from their own perspective. So just take that into account and find your own tactics to make you happy. So yeah.